Hello, thank you for joining me. Welcome to my channel. My name's Tara and I'm here to help you make confident choices with your beauty buys. And I'm going to be looking at the newest Victoria Beckham eye brick today, which is silk in the gorgeous embossed tortoiseshell case. Now you get 8 grams of products just like the previous ones. It's a similar design where you get 4 shades, they all kind of run into each other, and you have more of the palest shade and then a similar amount, slightly less of the darkest shade, and then these two are pretty much the same amount. So in this brick we have linen, sunbeam, sandal, and copper. And I've already swatched them here, so you can see that the palest colour there is linen, sunbeam, sandal, and so it is definitely a shimmery brick. Now if you already have one of her eye bricks, let me know which one you've got and whether you're enjoying using it. But this is silk brick. I'm wondering if it might be the first of a few shimmer shades. She seems to be bringing everything out very much in stealth, little by little. So how have I got on with this palette? Well, I've had this palette for around 6 weeks, and honestly, it's not one I've really found myself reaching for very much. It's a beautiful palette. I feel it's very neutral. I've heard comparisons with this and Charlotte Tilbury's Queen of Glow, which is a quad, which I am going to review as well, and I'll probably do a comparison video looking at the two together. But this is much more neutral, it's much less warm. The Queen of Glow, like the brown, I feel in that palette is much reddier. It's also a matte brown, whereas this is a shimmer brown. And this palette is definitely more on the neutral side. Now, I don't know how to describe the powders other than slidey. I find they are very, they're very slidey. I'm sure that's not the technical term, but if you're someone like me who likes to do a really dramatic eye and who likes very set colour placement with your makeup, then I'm not sure this is a palette for you. I have to say I like to do a very strong eye. I like to really sort of pull out the edges to do that real cat's eye, and then I might have sort of a lighter lid but then really strong shadow in the creases. And for me, this palette doesn't play ball very well in terms of doing that really set look. I think if you're somebody who just loves to brush on a sort of gold, a sweep of gold, a lick of eyeliner, maybe a little bit of darker powder on your lower lashes and go, then this is a gorgeous palette for that. But if you're somebody who prefers a more structured look with your eye, then possibly this might not be quite the one for you. I would say you cannot go wrong with this palette. It's so beautiful, it's classy. It's definitely what I call a classy look. And for somebody who doesn't have a lot of time to do their makeup, who's sort of doing it on the go, this you can just grab a brush, even grab your finger, choose one of the colours, pop your mascara on, and you're good to go, and it will look beautiful. I don't think you could really go wrong with this palette. I don't think it could ever really look bad. I just don't think it, for me, is a real wow palette. The other slight issue I have had using this is that I haven't really felt it's played ball very well with my other eye products. So I always wear an eyeliner, a liquid liner, just to sort of define my eyes a bit more, give me that cat eye. And I do find that the powder really gathers on the nib more than other powders that I've used. And it's sort of, or I put the line on and then I feel like it's faded when I look later. I don't know whether the powder's kind of like seeping the eyeliner into it, so it's not looking as bold as it was when I originally put it on. So I've got the hang of it a little bit more. I just do a couple of lines and I sort of make sure I go along slowly and hope that the nib's not picking up too much of the powder as I go. But that's been a little bit of a struggle for me because that's normally not an issue. I do my eyeshadow, draw my lines on really quickly and go. And the other thing is I did think that I might try and sort of zhuzh this one up a little bit more by using her lid luster. I don't have that with me, but if you know her lid lusters, they're sort of little pots of kind of pressed glitter eyeshadow, and you just normally put some on your finger and just dab them in the centre of the eye. And I find that that works really well with the tweed brick, which is a matte brick that I use, and I love that. I'll do my eyes with the tweed brick and then I'll pop a little bit of the mink lid luster on top, and I'd feel really wow with that look. But again, because of the technical term slidiness, I guess it's just the shimmeriness of these powders, I found that actually the lid lusters didn't really work on top of this palette. So those are a couple of issues that I've had. I am wearing the palette today, so you can see I've kind of done a mix of the copper and sunbeam on my lid, and then just sort of tried to get a bit of depth with the sandal colour, and I was really struggling. So one thing about this palette is it's billed as buildable, and I was particularly interested in the sandal colour being buildable because I do like that really strong eye, and I do like a really dark outline with my eye. And I don't know if you can see, but I have made quite a dent in that brown colour, just trying to build it up. And with a brush, I would have to say I did not find that colour buildable at all. However, I grabbed a trusty foam applicator, and that's given me a little bit more sort of strength of colour with that brown when I've tried to get a little bit more depth, and so that does seem to work. So have to say, I think the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. It comes in the sort of big bag, there's no plastic, it's safe, it's non-toxic, it's clean makeup. The mirror's really cute. Sorry, mine is filthy, mucky mirror, and it's a really good size for popping in a bag, but it's definitely, for me, not a real wow palette. If you are somebody who just likes to do a sort of brush of a colour, and you know it's gonna, you don't have to worry that it's gonna look gorgeous, because it absolutely is, then this could be for you. If you're looking to do something a little bit more creative, a little bit more structured, then I think there might be other palettes around that you might want to consider over this one, especially as it is £48 plus packaging, so it's definitely not cheap. So that's my thoughts on this one. I will also do a video of the tweed palette. It's not new, but it's one I really love, and it's partly the reason why I invested in another of Victoria's palettes. Definitely more autumnal colours, but yeah, if you're looking for a sort of gorgeous glowy coppery gold eye palette, could be a contender. It's beautiful, but for me doesn't have the wow factor, so not one I'm going to be grabbing for too often. I hope I haven't disappointed anyone with that. I hope this review's been helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you for another video very soon. Thank you so much for joining.